There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Aranias might have been the last one.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh?
Amigos, Daramix, muchísimas gracias por el follow. Bienvenido a la comunidad. ¿Qué tal? Eso parece.
That's kind of spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vache. Vache.
Hola, buenas noches, buenas noches.
Hey,
Vache, a cada rato.
towards it. There might be something nasty in the water.
Siento una fuerte emoción.
Hang on. Paimon can kind of hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right? Hey, traveler, stop walking. Come on, wake up.
Ay, comadre, ¿a dónde te metiste? Ah, otro ciánide.
Vache.
¿Qué es este lugar?
Are you my dear Vache?
¿Qué?
No, wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is?
Lo siento, no conozco a ningún Vache.
Wait. Who am I? I'm very sorry. I fear I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
¿Eras humana?
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who is lost, therefore.
¿Tu forma?
I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
Agua de color azul claro, ¿de qué me suena eso?
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me, and I also loved him equally as much. But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting, I never knew how heavy it could be.
¿Quieres que te traiga Vache?
No, our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories. The thought of me gives him no succor, so let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember.
Estoy segura de que él no te ha olvidado.
Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him, told him that I did not suffer.
Ese va a ser el líder de la organización que está convirtiendo medio mundo en agüita. El Vacher este. ¿Vacher fue testigo de cómo te disolvías?
Dissolving. If anything, I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
La gente se disuelve, pero de alguna forma conserva la conciencia.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
¿Paimon?
Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vache, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
Ah. What the fuck? ¿Cómo que Navia no aguanta? ¿Qué? ¿Qué está pasando? Perdón. Yo nada más estaba flotando en una especie de agua. Y de repente esos empezaron a atacar. ¿Por qué?
Demoiselle, look out!
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex.
¿Qué está pasando?
Clorand?
Ah, ok, perdieron el control más bien.
Quick, now's our chance!
Y volvemos de que las que protegen a las arcontes sean de tipo eléctrico. Sean de electro. Y tiene un arma aparte. Qué belleza de animación. Y es también. Ah, esta es waifu suprema. Como si no me cansaran los personajes de Claymore. Y es Claymore aparte.
But before I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
I followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Me imagino que Callas era el padre de esta chica. Y ella le prometió porque yo creo que trabajaba para él.
Do not speak of
¿Sí?
my father.
Ok.
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorand, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Así sin contexto, ya sé. De repente todo estaba haciendo un caos alrededor. Como qué chihuahuas y por qué.
Whatever. What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamex? I thought only those associated with the Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law. I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
Ok.
I will continue investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clorand. But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Ok.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorand was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
I know, she's...
¿Qué acaba de pasar?
Goodness! I thought we were done for! Those Gardamex came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and not
O sea, que iba más bien hacia nosotros, no hacia Navia.
We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Gracias, Navia. Así que ahora sabes pelear, Paimon.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast.
¿Cuál? Pero si Paimon... Si con Paimon te vas a quedar pobre.
As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take
Tan bonita Navia,
50
lástima que
years
sea
for
de
me to
Claymore.
match them with
A mí me
those
gusta que
magazines.
sea de Claymore, está preciosa. A mí me fascinan los Claymore.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia,
Es precioso su diseño.
danger.
Es hermoso su vestido.
In the nick of time.
Y es un amor de persona. Es una nueva waifu.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Cool. Paimon's even more amazing than she thought.
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink.
Aunque
by
sí te
mistake.
puedo decir, entre Navia y Dia, caigo más a Dia. Thank yous.
How did that help?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said.
Es que Dia es un corazón de oro.
That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky.
Creo que sé a dónde quieres llegar.
Fanta only comes in sweet flavors. So how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from
Sí,
the
justo
primordial
como yo
sea?
estaba diciendo, de que les están poniendo otra cosa a las bebidas.
So if you hadn't drunk that cup for me,
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Really?
Menos mal que ni Paimon ni yo somos de
I
Fontaine.
sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate. But whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger and hurried here as quickly as I could.
But why would they go after us too? All we did was defend Linny in court and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process. Speaking of which, did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
Well, it can't be coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. She said that she heard that voice calling for Vache again. Oh, and this time Paimon heard it too, but it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
Lina dijo que podía estarse relacionada con la sensibilidad al
Does
elemento hidro.
that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
De hecho, tengo información
New
nueva.
intel? While you were out cold?
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
Un hombre llamado Vache fue testigo de cómo la chica se disolvió.
That is important. Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately. Since he saw that young woman dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened?
Deberíamos ir a
Yes,
buscarlo.
Thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
¿Puedo unirme a ustedes?
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right? And besides, we're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
Hace falta algo más que eso para amedrentarme.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You are the face of Spina di Rosula, after all.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you. we also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But we'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Nice. Sea el agua que calme la sed. Ok, vamos para allá. Pero primero déjenme checar qué cosas tengo aquí. Ay, no tengo suficiente. Yo creí que estaban bastantes primos y no dan nada de primos. Solo esto. No son suficientes. Exacto. Who's this? I don't want you. I am doing story right now. Don't molest me.
It's right up ahead.
Deseo por misión legendaria.
Let's make sure we weren't followed first.
Está un poco más adelante.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you, Malus. Now, let's continue, traveler. Body and mind.
Órale, esto no sabía. Con esta maravillosa ropa que tiene Navia. ¿Y vives aquí? O bueno, ¿trabajas aquí? Este es... ¿Qué? Wow, esta parte no lo había visto. What the fuck? ¿Qué? Sombras impuras y aguas turbias. Yo pensé lo mismo. Vas a tirar por fin, vas a ahorrar
This is your base?
a muerte.
Quite what Paimon imagined.
Mira, traté de conseguir a Grievous y tuve a Jean por tercera vez. Me parte el corazón. Yo quería a Grievous. Yo quería a Grievous. Porque aparte, yo practico box, ¿ok? Y viendo cómo los pasos de Grievous es de puro box, es como, ah, ¿por qué? Yo lo quería. Ahorita me hacen falta personajes de Crio. No tengo ningún personaje de Crio que valga la pena más que Rosaria. Nada más. O sea...
Your accommodations have been arranged.
Pero probablemente Furina, me fascina también su diseño, la verdad.
It's the best we have.
Gracias, tanta expectación para nada.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Seems like it's tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that
Qué
does
triste
sound
tu
like it's
historia.
worth
Sí.
it.
To be honest,
Sí, porque Navia es, pero hasta la siguiente, ¿no? O sea, todavía tenemos un mes. No, un mes. ¿O sí? No, sí, tenemos un mes para Navia. Creo que sí, la que sigue es Furina y Navia, ¿no?
Your father, he was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No, I'll explain it myself. I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets.
El deshonesto.
3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence. But strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
¿No tienes ninguna
The
pista?
closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Yo estaba ahorrando para Corina, se me atravesó un nivelet y un Tiny en el camino. Ahora cuento con 30 deseos y mucha fe. F.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records. However, I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me.
Ouch.
And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Lo haces por un familiar. En eso nos parecemos.
Demoiselle, please. If
Aparte
there
que
is
son
anything I
rubias.
can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful. Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
¿Se te olvida? Juicios lo están usando como entretenimiento.
No. Perhaps people
Exacto.
just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
But how could... never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
And there is one other thing. Master Callus's opponent in the duel was Miss Clorand.
¿Qué?
Oh,
Por eso la mala relación que tienen entre ellas dos. Tiene sentido.
He was the one who killed him?
Ahora entiendo por qué Navia se comportaba así con Chlorine.
Yeah.
Claro.
That's not the sort of thing that you can just
Chlorine,
let go
perdón.
and move on from.
Miss Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
Claro.
Afterward, Miss Clorand
Yes.
told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety.
Calas tenía la intención de morir en el duelo.
Yes, that is our understanding as well.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? Alright, anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
Entiendo que esto sea importante para ti.
Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yeah. Harmon's beat.
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
Entra a la habitación para descansar.